Today I've got some trips on the agenda. First of all, we're going to CEX Stafford, but then I need to go to Odeon. Now, a lot of you guys may know, I go to the cinema once a week, minimum, often twice, but sometimes they do something that is really bafflingly illogical. For example, I woke up today, I went downstairs and I was like, oh, what time are we going to the cinema tonight, to Neve? And she goes, 10 past 8, I think. And we go and look at the showings to see how busy it is, because it's Thunderbolts and it's going to be pretty busy. And it's on at 15:15 and 8 o'clock and past. I'm like, uh-oh, they've done it again. So what they've done is they've moved the showings around, even though we've already paid for the tickets. Now, something that we have had to do in this instance, because Limitless only lets you book 4 films in advance. Anything beyond 4, it won't work. So what you have to do if you want to be able to get good seats for things that are more than 4 weeks in advance in terms of being bookable, is you have to pay for them with real money, and then when it comes to the date of the showing, go in, cancel the ticket, and Limitless there and then, because you can Limitless infinitely for things that are like today. So that'll get us the 50 quid back, because we spent 50 quid on the tickets already. But the crazy thing is that they don't alert you that your showing time has changed. So what they'll have done is they'll have changed the showing time for whatever it is that we were going to see to a different slot. Who knows which slot, because it could be the 8 o'clock one, or it could be the 8:15 one. But of course then that means that we're in a different screen, and in a different screen there's a different amount of seats and a different seat layout. There's a reason that the note on my phone has got screens 1 through 6 and the different seats that we want to sit in each one labelled. So we won't have the same seats, and who knows what seats we will have, and who knows what time the film is on. So if we'd have rocked up at 8 o'clock tonight to see the film, we'd have been either too late, too early, we'd have missed some for a film that we've paid for, and not be in the seats that we'd picked, that we'd paid for either. So we need to go in and confirm what the bloody hell's going on, because it's a good thing we clocked that. And yeah, it's really not ideal with a film like Thunderbolts for this to be happening, because it's a film that it's fully booked. All the screenings are fully booked for it, so there's a real good chance that we'd have had really crap seats, and that is not going to fly. But yeah, that's just our annoying rant of the day. The next thing I need to do, I will need to get myself a sticker printed for my Michigan report from hell, because it didn't come with one once I click and collected it like, you know, normal stuff did. In fact, I could do with a sticker for Silent Hill Origins as well, because that would be good. I know that most people don't like the stickers, right? They don't want the stickers. It removes how clean it looks. But the problem is that for me, the way that I'm capable of buying all these things, even though they're so expensive, is because I can make videos about them on TikTok, and the money, I'll make that money back and then a lot more through those videos. But the videos won't make the money because they won't have the hook if it wasn't for the price sticker. Like when I bought Kuon last year at $6.20, nobody would have known how much that was worth if it wasn't for the sticker. So I'm going to go to my local CEX, call in me favours as usual, and get a sticker printed for Michigan Report from Hell for sure, especially because I paid for the no manual version and they've given me one with a manual. So there's a CEX staff member there that is definitely cocked up in terms of the pricing of things, but that is hilarious. And Neve will probably almost definitely go to M&S or Starbucks or something, because she is now addicted to matcha. I don't understand matcha. It tastes like grass. It looks like grass. It smells like grass, but they're all drinking it. So, yeah. And then what else? Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm 27 tomorrow. It's a Monday, so I'll be doing nothing. Okay, off into town we go. Over to CEX. And where are you getting your coffee from this time?
Monkey's Box.
Yeah, matcha. I said that you keep having matchas despite the fact they taste like grass and cress.
I could go to Starbucks and get the frozen mango dragon fruit drink, but I kind of just want
Anything other than a normal flavour. It is definitely warmer now in Stafford than it was at home, and definitely warmer than yesterday in Sheffield too, though we did a lot of walking in Sheffield because we parked like a mile away. We had to walk 20 minutes from where we'd parked to the CEX because the parking situation was interesting. But I don't imagine I'm getting anything cool today. I'm hoping there's going to be something cool. I've not checked. A lot of the times I'll check the stock to see if anything's popped up, but today we're going to town anyway because we need to sort the Odeon thing. So let it be a mystery as to if there's going to be something I want. Into CEX we go. Somebody's trading in their bike for CEX credit. So today's CEX trip was a bit of an interesting one because I was talking to one of my friends that works here, and he was showing me that Newcastle under Lyme CEX over the weekend, over the bank holiday weekend, got absolutely wrecked. Like apparently somebody got ID'd, really didn't like the fact that they had got ID'd and therefore got refused for whatever it was that they were being ID'd for, and they threw their toys all of the way out of the pram. and trashed the place. Like, flung everything off the shelves, kicked some of the shelves over. Like, the equivalent of the shelves that I'm looking at right now, the ones that are sort of chest height, just fully booted those over by the looks of things. Just utterly wrecked the place. And I'm like, when he was telling me this, I was stood there thinking, this would have made such a good video. It would have made such a good video. If I'd have recorded that, oh, do you imagine how well that would have done on TikTok? It would have been brilliant. It reminds me of the good old days of working at Tesco. Whenever there was drama, it was always thoroughly entertaining. I remember this one time, right? This kid came in having been jumped by some other kids outside. And when I say kids, I do mean like 15-year-olds or so, like underage. And they ran in. And at the front of the store at customer service, we hear over the tannoy, they go, all male staff to the front of the store. I repeat, all male staff to the front of the store. So, like, we just sort of abandon self-scan and walk on over to see what the fuck what was going on. And we had to like form a queue, like horizontally though, between the kid who had been attacked and like the three that were trying to get at him. So there was fully about 30 of us because it was pretty late at night. It was probably a Tuesday night when I used to work until 11 p.m. And we had to form this queue, and it was all of the shelf stackers. I worked checkouts and self scan, so it was us off the till. So like people weren't able to buy stuff. It was a very dramatic night. When you work in retail and stuff like this long enough, you see some weird stuff. I don't know what it is about retail that like brings in the strange ones, but it certainly does. I think anyone that's worked in any customer-facing job role for any amount of time has got stories to tell, and a lot of them are absurd. I remember this one guy, this is a bit less violent, but this guy was eating like Krispy Kreme donut holes just on his way around, and then decided he didn't want to pay for them. And we had to sort of explain to him, being like, bro, you've eaten half of them. What do you mean you don't want to pay for them? That's not how transactions work, and you're an adult who should know this. And the amount of times I find myself saying you're an adult that should know this in my day-to-day life is more than I would wish, but it's funny being on the other end of Neve filming, because usually I'm the one walking around filming, just talking to the camera.
It's your idea to do a video.
Yeah, because you'll get views. You're the one. You don't get views when we sit inside and don't come out. We got it done. So for some reason they'd moved it by 5 minutes. We also needed to refund and rebook with Limitless, so we did that too. So at least that's all sorted later, rather than us having to do it like before the film goes in. Don't know whether to get cinema popcorn today or take our own popcorn, because it is Marvel film. It might maybe cinema popcorn. We'll see. My favourite shop, IKEA, because
Not IKEA.
Aldi, IKEA, same thing. It's me when I'm not fat. Yep.
A mayo chicken.
Yep.
A medium toffee latte.
Yep.
And a medium strawberry iced lemonade, please.
Yeah, is that everything?
Yes, thank you.
Next window, please. Thank you.
Thank you. I got a snack too.
He could have been an actor. Deep voice. Hello, Roobster. Are you going to check that what we've bought is acceptable? You gave it a little sniff. And now where are you off to? What are you doing? Hello? Hello? Little sausage. Little sausage. When's it's Ruby's birthday? September. We'll get 22nd. You're quicker at remembering her birthday than my birthday.
I know everybody's birthday.
You don't know. My mother forgot my birthday. So, we got back from seeing the Thunderbolts last night, and I reflected on it a little bit, and it was very interesting. It's probably one of the better films for Marvel since Endgame, which is nuts to think about, given that it's been six whole years since Endgame. I quite like how self-aware Marvel is sometimes recently. With Deadpool and Wolverine and Thunderbolts, there's a lot of in-jokes in terms of talking about things that you would only that the real world talks about. So, for example, possible spoilers for the Thunderbolts. Possible spoilers. I don't know when you guys are going to see this video. By the time you see this video, you've probably long seen it. So, possible spoilers for Thunderbolts. So I don't know. It's the end of the video, so I can talk about it. They crack a joke at one point in the post-credit scene about the internet saying, who the hell are even the Avengers at this point? It's like, well, yeah, good point. We are about a year away, to the day, until the next Avengers film. And the Avengers, we don't know who they are. Like, who's going to constitute the team? Not really. Whereas Avengers, 13 years ago to the day, near enough, because it's always around my birthday. 5th of May is my birthday. It's the 5th of May as I'm filming this, and it was the 4th of May when we saw Thunderbolts. Near enough on my birthday, every Marvel film comes out. It's always around May. And Avengers 1 was also around May, and I remember being there at around my 13th birthday or so. Maybe my 14th birthday if I'm 27. Yeah. So either way, half my life ago. And it's like, with Avengers 1, it was very clear who the Avengers were, you know. Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, and then Bow and Arrow Man. And I can do a lot of Hurricane Ranas. And, yeah. But I would say the Thunderbolts was pretty good. Although, here's one for you. One of my birthday presents has just been revealed, and it is a surprise trip to Milan. In 48 hours from now, I'm going to be in a different country, and I didn't know that this morning. That's an interesting one, for sure. So now I'm going to need to spend the rest of today filming videos so that I've got stuff to have be uploaded in my absence. So there's that. So on that note, let me show you what I got from CEX, because I did get something, and then we'll go. So today at CEX, I got The Punisher for £22. And whilst I was there, I called in some favours to get some stickers printed for expensive games that I didn't already have stickers for. So, for example, Michigan Report from Hell for £525. But yeah, The Punisher, that's a game I've been on the lookout for a while.